Playing hard to get can be one of the most influential things when it comes to getting a guy you like to be yours. So it's so important to play it right.
When you nice, they play with you. When you nice, they toy around with you. When you nice, they don't value you. When you nice, they like to waste your time. That's what they do when you nice.
Let's stop pretending. Playing hard to get doesn't make you high value anymore. It makes men just stop trying. You can feel it. The way modern men move now, they don't chase, they notice. They don't beg for attention. They move where the energy is mutual. Playing hard to get only attracts men who likes the game, but it repels the men who are done playing it. That's why so many women say men don't pursue anymore. They do. They just pursue differently now. They pursue peace, not performance. So, if a woman warmth feels rare these days, it's because it is. Genuine softness is the new scarcity. 10 years ago, a guy would have double texted, waited up, or overthought. Now he sees one drive apply and he disappears. Because men got smarter. They learned that if someone wants you, you don't have to decode it. Study from Psychology Today and the University of Rochester found that if someone acts distant, it doesn't create attraction. It triggers stress. And men are done chasing anxiety. You can't play hard to get with a generation of men who learn to walk away. Because here's the truth. What used to make men chase now makes them lose interest. Mystery doesn't feel sexy anymore. It feels manipulative.
Fellas, don't get fooled by a woman who's playing hard to get.
And let's be honest here. If you have to confuse someone to keep them, you've already lost them. But here's the plot twist. That same game that's failing for women, it still works for men. When a man takes his time, it doesn't feel like fear. It feels like focus. That's the difference. Because when women play hard to get, men get tired. But when men play hard to get, women get curious. And the reason is simple. Certainty and scarcity don't sound the same in a man's voice. Because it's not about chasing anymore. It's about control, emotional control. And that's the real power move. Back in the day, playing hard to get actually worked. But that was before the internet turned attention into cheap currency. Think about it. In the 90s and the early 2000s, when a woman held back, it created mystery. You couldn't just open Instagram and see who she liked or what she posted. Scarcity equals value. Attention meant something because it was limited. But now, everyone is reachable. Everyone is available. You can text 10 people before breakfast. Psychology Today once described attraction as a reward-response loop. The more uncertain the reward, the more dopamine you release until the brain gets overstimulated. That's what happens. We overdosed on attention. Mystery used to make you curious, but now it makes you tired. So the rules changed. Men stopped chasing scarcity and started craving certainty. Because certainty feels like peace. And peace is what men can't find anywhere else.
This why I tell you guys, stop being nice. Be direct. Don't play no games. No goofiness, no nothing. If she don't like it, she got to bounce. That's it. And guys, I'm telling you, when you actually carry yourself like that, she's not going to go kind cold with you.
Imagine you're talking to someone who's warm, consistent, easy to read. It's calm. It's rare. That's the new attraction trigger. Study from the University of Rochester proved it. People who played distance were rated less desirable for long-term connection. Men didn't stop chasing women. They stopped chasing confusion. So when women keep using old tactics in a new world, they end up signaling the exact opposite of what they mean. They think it says, oh, I'm high value. Men hear, oh, I'm emotionally unavailable. That translation kills attraction faster than ever. Because men today have options, purpose, and awareness. They don't romanticize distance. They read it as danger. The old world ran on scarcity. The new world runs on clarity. So, if emotional distance doesn't build attraction anymore, what does? Let's talk about why it backfired for women and why the same energy still gives men the upper hand. Here's the truth. When a woman plays hard to get today, she's not creating mystery. She's creating miscommunication. Because men aren't reading distance as confident anymore. They're reading it as disinterest. And if you've ever noticed, that's why so many women online say, why don't men approach anymore? It's because men stop chasing people who look emotionally unavailable. Picture this. She pulls back, thinking he'll chase. He looks at the text, a smirk, and then he goes back to his goals. Days later, she's staring at his profile, wondering why he's not watching her story. That's the new shift. Attention doesn't chase beauty anymore. It chases peace. A generation of good men learned the difference between attraction and anxiety. They learned that if it feels confusing, it's not chemistry, it's cortisol. Psychology today call it the ambiguity trap. The brain releases stress hormones when it can't tell if someone likes you or not. That's why playing hard to get doesn't build desire anymore. It builds doubt. And men who've been through heartbreak, manipulation, or emotional games, they don't chase doubt anymore. They chase peace, reciprocity, and consistency. That's the irony. The women trying to look high value are scaring away the exact men they want. Because the mature man isn't looking for a challenge, he's looking for connection.
Trust me, that's why she keep playing games with him. That's why, oh, he's such a nice guy. I really want to go out here and deal with other dudes. I want to go deal with other guys, but he's just such a nice guy. I don't want to hurt his feelings. I'm going to keep him around, but I just don't really like him like that. That's what they do when they don't like you like that. Guys, don't be nice, man. I keep telling you, they take advantage of you. I'm telling you, bro, they will take advantage of you. They will waste your time.
Which raises the next question. Why do restraints still work for men when it fell so quickly for women? Now, here's where it gets interesting. The same tactic that failed for women still works for men. But not because men are playing games, because the psychology behind it changes when it's him. When a man takes his time, it doesn't feel like avoidance. It feels like direction. Women feel that difference instantly. One says, I don't know what I want. The other says, I know exactly what I want, and I won't settle. That's what calm energy does. It communicates confidence without a single word. Psychologists call it emotional polarity. Masculine restraint creates tension because it feels grounded, not confused. When a man doesn't rush, when he doesn't overtext or overshare, it signals stability. The female brain doesn't interpret that as rejection. It reads it as certainty. When a man pulls back with purpose, it's not indifference, it's control. Because women chase what feels safe and solid. And solid doesn't beg for attention, it attracts it. That's why quiet men scare people. You can't control what doesn't need validation. Love Shack Forum even proved it years ago. Women openly admitted that men who show restraint become more desirable, but only when it feels authentic. When he's grounded, busy, focused, it's power. When he's fake busy or emotionally distant, it's manipulation. The difference is purpose. One builds respect, the other builds resentment. That's why playing hard to get still works for men, but only when it's not an act. Because masculine restraint isn't about pretending to be unavailable. It's about being unshakable. Women don't fall for distance. They fall for the discipline. That calm, confident tells her, you can't buy my time with attention. And that's what flips the power dynamic completely. When women play the game, it feels like control. When men master their emotion, it is control. That's the edge. And that's the evolution of male attraction. In the old world, attention was currency. The more people chased you, the more you felt worth something. But that game burned everyone out. Men and women both started asking the same quiet question. What's the point of being desired if it never feels peaceful? Business Insider once broke it down perfectly. Acting unavailable releases stress hormone, not attraction. People confuse tension for chemistry until they taste stability. Then everything changes. The modern high-value man doesn't chase validation. He chases alignment. He's selective because his energy is expensive. He's calm because drama costs more than it pays. The modern high-value woman isn't cold or mysterious. She's emotionally clear. She knows her worth, but she also knows warmth is power. That's the new standard. Clarity over games, consistency over chaos. Everyday Owl said it best. Healthy people don't chase games. They mirror energy. The people who win in this generation are the ones who learn that peace and purpose are attractive. And here's the twist. When you stop chasing validation, you stop attracting confusion. That's why emotional control is still the greatest flex. Not money, not looks, control. Because confidence without control is chaos wearing cologne. So, if you want to know who's really high value now, it's the one who can walk away without closing their hearts. Here's what it all comes down to. The era of games is over. People don't want to be tested anymore. They want to be trusted. Playing hard to get was born in a time where distance created value. But in today's world, distance just creates doubt. We've evolved past the chase. What we crave now is peace. The truth is, the new power isn't in who can pull away the fastest. It's in who can stay calm the longest. It's not about being cold. It's about being clear. Because the man who knows his worth doesn't compete for attention. He creates stability, and stability is what everyone secretly wants. The ones who still play games will still keep wondering why every good person walks away. But those who learn emotional control, those who master the art of being calm in a world addicted to chaos, they're the ones people remember. Because confidence fades, but composure? That's timeless. So maybe the real question isn't, does playing hard to get still work? Maybe it's, why did we ever think love should ever feel like a competition? Be honest. Does playing hard to get still work on you? Or does it make you move on faster? And if this hit home for you, drop a comment below. Because the truth is, men didn't give up on love. They just stopped auditioning for it. So you already know, it's your girl Remi Rene here. I'll see you guys in my next video.